April 14th, 2025. Today was, essentially a trading range day. We had a large gap up. We closed the gap and then went sideways. So what needed a second leg today? Well, coming into the day, I wanted to look at the 15-minute chart really quick. Should be able to pull it up here in a second. Coming into the day, we had these two large bear bars, which never got, you could argue they got tested here, but it probably needs a little bit more of another leg down than just the tail on this bar at, 7 o'clock, 1900. You can see, even though we rallied above the high, if you had sold the close and you were patient and you scaled in more above the bar, you would have been able to make money with a wide stop. So the day was starting essentially as we got these five, six bull bars, but the problem with them is that it's a very late leg. We have 5, 6, 7 legs all the way up, and this is one of the stronger looking legs at the end, which means it's probably very climactic. So odds are we're going to get a couple of legs sideways to down. For me, when I got 930, 945, those two bars, basically this, I thought odds were we get a couple legs sideways to down. So a little bit difficult to be buying. 1 through 3 should probably get another leg down, but the pullback could be deep. You have to keep in mind it's the open, so everything's a little bit less reliable as far as selling closes, and reversals are a little more reliable. So although 4 is probably not a very good buy, outside bar probably going to get a deep pullback. It's probably credible for a swing. 6, a pullback, and then 7, the second leg up for the bulls from 5 and 6. 8, a bear bar closing near its low. It's two big legs up, probably getting another leg down from 1 through 3. Some traders could sell below 8, basically taking a chance it's the high of the day, and this is going to be the start of the second leg. If you do sell, you have two options. You probably either scalp out somewhere in the lower third of this bar. There's probably buyers below 7. It's a big enough bar that there's probably going to be traders buying when we go below it. Or you look to sell more above the bar when we trade above it. It's really not great to sell below 8 and then just hold and get stopped out above 8. That's probably pretty poor trade management. We got 3 legs up. We have 3 big legs up, 5, 7, and then 17. And we have 3 legs up within 17. We have 11, 12, 14, and then 17. So it's a nested 3 legs up here. So you could argue consecutive wedges, whatever you want to call it. We're probably near a top. 18 is a big enough bar that it should get a second leg down, but the channel up was pretty tight, so it's probably better to wait. 19 and 20 consecutive bear bars. So we have 3 straight bear bars to the moving average. Odds are that we get at least another leg sideways to down. I did sell the close of 20. I was interested in selling more a little bit higher. I was concerned that we might pull back, so I sold a little bit smaller. The reason I sold smaller, like I said, because we're right on the moving average. We just had a tight channel, and we haven't closed below the moving average yet today. So I went a little smaller. I ended up basically getting a leg 1, leg 2, and I took profits down here. It was essentially around the 24 close. So this is a good enough first leg down. Pull back 22. 23, 24 is leg 2. It's a breakout below the bar 4 low. You can see 25, we're getting a pullback, but I wouldn't buy above 25. It's probably, I don't know, it's maybe okay to exit shorts above 25, but it's kind of difficult. It's probably better to wait and see if 26 is a bull bar. The reason is, you've only had 1 bull bar in the past 7 bars, and there's a lot of strong bear bars here. So buying above 26 is really not good. And then an outside down bar 27. 26, another reversal up 27. We're getting decent looking reversal bars, but they're not really going anywhere. So odds are we go a little bit more sideways here. And eventually one of the reversals is going to work. We can't keep getting bars like 25 and 27 and just trend down all day. It's very unlikely that would happen. So usually if you're going to get pullbacks that are like this, especially, you're getting bear bar 24, good bull bar 25, bear bar 26, good bull bar 27, bear bar 28, good bull bar 29. Odds are one of these reversals is going to have to work. So 34 probably needs a second leg up. It's a good enough bull bar, and we've had enough to the downside that we probably created a bottom. 43, a big enough bull bar. It covered enough distance that it should probably get some sort of second leg. We should at least get into the upper third before pulling back once we get 44, 45. So 3 straight bull bars. So traders willing to buy below 45, probably trying to scalp out in the upper third of the bar. It's an outside bar and a large bar, so it's probably a trading range bar. We probably should go above it, but oftentimes what will happen is you'll get a move into the upper third, a pullback, and then it'll go above when you get these kinds of bars. I also bought the close of 54. You could have bought the close of 47 if you wanted to and scaled in. We have 2 legs down, 1 pullback 2. 48 is going to need a second leg. It's a big enough bar, and we're potentially towards the top of the trading range. Bears are hoping this is basically all a bear flag. And they have a valid argument if you look at how strong these 5 bear bars are. So there's a reasonable argument for the bears to think that the whole move is a bull flag or bear flag. The problem with my strategy of buying the close on 54 was that if I was scaling in, it was a little bit of an increased chance that I'm scaling into the start of the bear second leg because of the 5 bear bars. And so that was kind of one of my issues with buying it. But I did take the buy on 54, and I ended up getting out. My 1 hour target was about the 63 close. So I bought here and I got out here. I made a lot of points today, but none of my scalings got hit. So I didn't really make a bunch of money. But I caught a lot of the range. Anyways, 60, so 54, probably going to need another piece up. It's a breakout, right? You can argue it's a breakout above 48 and 47. That was what I cited. I thought this was the breakout point, and 53 and 54 was a breakout above this, but you could definitely argue 43 was the breakout point, and we did not get a close above it. It's just a little bit dependent on how you're viewing it, but neither one is wrong. We got 5 straight bull bars, so that's obviously going to be enough to get a second leg. I was willing to scale in more, but instead we found buyers directly below and then got a second leg up. So we have, however you want to count it, we have a lot of legs up to bar 69. So traders exit and that causes 70. You can get out below 70. And then we get 3 legs down. An attempt at a reversal to get the bulls back out, but obviously doesn't end up succeeding. This is kind of a difficult area to buy though, because why are you buying a the whatever leg 5, leg 6 in a day that ultimately is a trading range? It's probably not a very good idea. So it's better to look to buy the earlier legs and, if anything, just avoid the late legs. The daily chart. Not really a great bar for anyone. The bulls were hoping to get a big bull bar closing above the moving average and a lot of follow through for their bull bar on 411. And instead, you get this. So not really great. Probably better for the bears than it is for the bulls. The bulls needed to make a statement today, and they did not. So I see 1, 2, maybe 3 legs up. It's possible we have to drift back down somewhere into this area. But again, I think with the size of this bar, that I've 648 point bar is absolutely absurd. I've never seen anything like that before. No one has. It's I think it's the biggest day in stock market history as far as points. So nothing on the chart's even close. So with that in mind, this is probably not going to happen if this is a bear trend. So I think the trading range low is going to be somewhere in this area. The weekly chart, a good enough bull bar that it's probably going to get another piece up, but we might go a little bit more sideways and we could pull back first. Again, I don't think the downside is quite done because it's 1 pullback, 2 pullback, and so probably 3. And this is good enough second leg that it'll probably get a third leg. Do we go below the low of April 7th? I don't know. Probably, I would say, but I don't think we go far below it. I think there's probably buyers somewhere in this area already. All right. I believe that is going to be it for this video.